Hi there, everybody. I bought a somavedic and have been meaning to do a little video about this for some time. Now, I want to start with saying that this is really mostly for very sensitive to hypersensitive people who have problems with such unreal things as radiation from your phone, computer, electrosmog, whatever, and who are looking for solutions to that. And yeah, so if you are of that persuasion, or if you have troubles with that concerning your health or your well-being or just your comfort, which is a large part of your health and your well-being, this is for you. So I bought the somavedic amber, which is the bioresonance device. As you can see, it's kind of it's fairly small. It is attached to a plug, so it does use some electricity, but really very, very little, and it kind of lights up from the inside. The amber model is made out of amber glass with a silver lining inside, so the light doesn't shine through. Some of the others look really, really fancy, so if you're more into that sort of thing, this doesn't do it. But it's a very, very strong bioresonance device, which means basically that it harmonizes the way that atoms or anything that that we are on a very tiny level come together. Particularly water, though, that's very important because it harmonizes the water molecules. I mean, if you go to their page, they have a home page. You can look up all the pictures and comments on that, and there's loads of videos as well and people talking about it. I just wanted to tell you about how it affected me personally as a very sensitive being. So I bought it about a month and a half ago, I think, and it has been blocked in ever since. My reasons for buying it were that at the moment I just, with all the stress going on in the world, I mean, I don't have to tell anybody about that. I felt that my life quality, particularly in this house, I mean, I moved far out into the country, into really quiet village with lovely energy, but that has been on the deteriorating end lately, due to many things happening in the outside world, but also to a small change in the Earth atmosphere. Like, we had an Earth portal near here, and that kind of started moving, so things got a bit less harmonic generally. And then with all the pandemic stuff and the fear coming in and so forth, and the growing amount of radiation, which we didn't have when I moved here. We were lucky if you could use your smartphone. I mean, we have glass fiber internet, so that's not a problem, but we didn't really have any other stuff, but that is coming in big now. And I am affected by it. So it makes me, how can I say, it's just stressful. It's stress on my system that is constantly there and that I really don't need. And it's hard to get out of it all. And I thought, if I cannot, make a room for that where I can let go of that without spending 2 hours meditating every morning, which is kind of also what I'm doing. I mean, I'm harmonizing the energy consciously, and I have a portal in my living room, kind of at the back of the computer, that I kind of created myself in whatever way. So that's all there, but it's all to do with effort, while all these things coming at me that are stressing me are neither what I asked for nor what I want in any, and what I would wish to anybody. Because when you're sensitive, you learn along the path that though other people might not feel what you are feeling or perceive what you're perceiving, they're going through the same thing. It just comes out a different way, as illness or whatever. So I bought the somavedic to have my home back to being like this oasis that everybody wants their home to be. And that is really what this is about. Does it work? Yes. Good news, it does. These are quite expensive, so I I didn't just buy it. I looked up people talking about it, and also went with my intuition, obviously. But it's amazing. First of all, when I first got it and plugged it in, I actually had a bit of a panic attack. This is due to me having trauma around all these stresses, like in really early infancy. I spent the first 6 weeks of my life in a hospital, so there were a lot of stresses that I couldn't, get out of. And I actually really had a panic attack because suddenly a lot of these stresses just were turned off, and I'm here, and it's ah. Yeah, my body kind of reacted strangely to that because it went, oh God, what is going on? It was kind of, you know, wondering whether it might be something bad, as the that's probably the main experience in life for many of us. But once I got over that, and I was like, no, it's okay. It's just that they're actually turned off because this creates like an aura, like a big field that harmonizes energy. And because it only lets in harmonic energies, it kind of keeps the others out. I mean, that's a big simplification because yeah, I'll leave it at that, really. But it does create this 30 meter radius. That's what it has. I mean, that's quite big. Covers the entire house, most of the garden, some of my neighbors' gardens as well. And it's amazing. It really is. I mean, there might be things that doesn't keep out, obviously, and you might be thinking of what do you want to keep out. There's always the option of just turning it on at night, obviously, and turning it off during the day. But I really love it. I don't want to turn it off at all ever again. They also have like little tiny portable ones. I haven't got one yet, but I might get one that you leave on the somavedic overnight, and then you can put it in your pocket, and it's supposed to keep at least your auric field guarded during the day. And you can, it also quite likes having stuff put on top of it, like this one place they sell titanium pyramids, or I had a quartz piece standing on it, which it really likes as well. I mean, it's full of crystals on the inside, that's what works it. So it's not necessary, but you can do it. As it is run by crystals, those of you who are into that sort of thing, you can communicate with the crystals, you can communicate with the whole structure, so you don't have to take my word for anything or anybody else's. The water, yes, the water is a big thing. You can just leave bottles of water next to the somavedic overnight. That's what I do, though it doesn't take that long. It only needs to be fairly close to it, preferably for like 5 to 15 minutes. And it really improves the water quality. It does. Oh my God. Right, for normal from taste sense perspective, you will notice that the water just tastes smoother, goes down better, and this all has a very strong, like really strong cleansing effect. You should be aware of that when you buy one or have one, or you can. I think you could rent them, but I don't know that whether that works still. So keep a lot of water around, like loads and loads. I mean, I do all the Ayurvedic stuff anyway, like drinking water with some lemon juice in it in the morning. Anything you can do to promote cleansing obviously makes it easier. But your body will just do it anyway. There will be some people sweat profusely. I didn't do that much, but as I said, drinking. I drink a lot of water anyway, but I almost double the amount of water I drink. So have both my teenage children, and teenagers are not really good about drinking. The dog, the cat. Yeah, that is very happening, and I think that will also go on over a long period of time. So it has a huge healing effect, obviously, because all these harmonic structures, that is really what nature is about. I mean, they're just, if you didn't have any human influence around you for miles, it would be like that. It's just like that. I mean, unless maybe there's a sun flare or whatever, everything comes together in these harmonic structures. That's kind of the actual state of thing. Or if you reset everything, that would be the state of thing. So it's kind of like a reset to what you would be or what you want to be, and it's amazing. It's really nice. I mean, after a while, at the beginning, after I've got over the shock and that, I had this really, there was also this surge of enthusiasm, of like as if my cells, the cells of my body were kind of having a party. I didn't even know where to go with all that energy. I mean, I've integrated that now. They know I still have to go into the normal world. Paradise hasn't come, but it's so calming, and it is so giving back to yourself, like all that energy I was spending on just feeling okay with things. I mean, that's the problem when you're sensitive. You're 24/7. You're like, and most of that has gone. It's really nice. And I haven't noticed, because obviously it does this protective aura around everything. I have not noticed that I have been cut off, like, from anything. Not, well, you know what we were going through. So there's a certain amount of feeling cut off from others, and like being in your own bubble. And that is certainly happening, but I don't feel like the somavedic here enhances that or makes me lose touch with stuff. I don't feel that, because I mean, it makes me feel more connected to nature, definitely, to the earth, to where I'm living in a way. And I also feel like a lot of, it's the gratitude I feel from the plants, and I have a lot of house plants. They grow profusely. They have done so before, but they look more healthy now. They look a little bit more healthy and kind of pest resistant. That's also an effect it's supposed to have, and that definitely worked for my cats. They got rid of some parasites pretty quickly. Obviously, they might need some assistance with that, and some of the little critters that were living in my plants ever since somebody gave me nice flowers and they were full of them, they have diminished a lot. So even that is working, in my opinion, which I would have been very skeptical about to start with. Yeah, it's totally worth it getting one. Will it save the planet? I'm not sure, but it can definitely save your comfort to a large degree. Obviously, it will also make you ask some major questions about reality in general and where we are heading, because it feels so good to have one, but if you're very sensitive, you're already a long way along down that line anyway, so I wouldn't worry. I totally recommend it. If anybody has any questions, please ask. I'd be very happy to answer them. Okay, hope that was any good. Love you all. Bye.